Come on, let's do it. Hello, September. Tuesday morning, Labor Day has passed. We are moving into autumn here in the Hudson Valley. Get those crisp, cool, crisp mornings. I'm just out of bed at 7 a.m., 7:17. I'm sleeping in the old sweatshirt lately, the hoodie. Still got a little bit of bedhead going on. So, super fabulous holiday weekend. I had the FFPU here. That would be the Fun Family Parental Units. And we had just a blast. A lot of laughs, a lot of food, wine, the whole business. It was fantastic. Thank you guys for coming up. The reason I mention that is now we're off into the week, but there are a few things left over. I wanted to have a big country breakfast on Sunday morning before they rolled out. Sausage, fresh eggs, sourdough toast, and maybe once, twice a year I make pancakes. And you gotta have buttermilk. As a matter of fact, if you go back, I think it's 178, make them fluffy, or 174, you gotta go back. It was a year ago, we did pancakes. It's still our most viewed episode. It was almost just under 2,000 views. I don't know how that happened. My videos don't get views. I'm usually 25 to, if I'm lucky, 100 views. And I don't care. That's not what I'm doing this for. I'm no clout chaser. I'm having fun cooking my meals and filling them for you guys. Whoever watches, watches. I don't care. But you got to have buttermilk. Now on that show, Make 'em Fluffy, I did it because the week prior we had made the homemade butter. And the buttermilk is left over. I purchased the good old Kate's, the small one. Get you through a batch of pancakes. And you'll always have something left over, which is what we're going to do today. Come on, let's do it. Come on, let's do it. We also had a nice grill fest Friday night in the Caveman Kitchen upon arrival. Did ribeye, chicken, zucchini, you name it. So I had this one thigh drumstick piece. I cut it in half off camera so I could wash my hands before we got going. And that was left over. They were in the freezer. Pulled this one out. We are going to make some country crispy fried chicken. So onion powder, garlic powder, kosher salt. And let's give that a little toss. Get the other side. I don't want to touch it now that I wash my hands. So both sides. Onion powder, garlic powder, okay, that's it. Salt, onion powder, garlic powder. Let's toss that around to get it kind of on the skin, on the flesh. And now we are going to soak this chicken in buttermilk. And traditionally this would be an overnight soak. It should be at least 2 hours. But look, it's 7. Just going to use it up. Like I said, I only make pancakes twice a year. It's 7:20 now a.m. This is going to be supper. So it's going to be at least 8-10 hours before we cook this. I'll probably do it, I don't know, maybe 6 p.m. See how the day goes. But this is seasoned and soaked. Alright. Crispy southern fried chicken. I'm going to pop that in the fridge. I'll put a little plastic wrap over or maybe just a plate. And I'll see you all late afternoon, early evening. See you then. Yo, it's only been 2.5 hours. It's 10 a.m. We started that at like 7:20 and I was sitting doing some things around the house and I was like, wait a second, I forgot a crucial ingredient. Thankfully I remembered it now because this is still going to go for several hours. So into the fridge with me. Let me show you what I spaced out on. I came in, I turned it once. It smells incredible. The garlic powder, onion powder, that buttermilk, salt. Smells great. But wait a second, we were supposed to add some hot sauce. And again, this is an optional ingredient, but I'm going for it. Get a little kick. I don't know what this is going to be. 2 tablespoons maybe? That's what you want in your buttermilk mixture. Give it that little pink tinge. Work with the other ingredients. Oh yeah, major difference in the aroma. Tabasco helps everything. Okay, that was it. Just wanted to share with you guys that I completely spaced out, but there's always a remedy. This is for supper. It's 10 a.m., 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still got 7 hours to go. Yes, fridge, I know. I'm closing the door now. All right, see you all tonight again. It's 6:30, y'all. 6:31. That means that this chicken in the buttermilk with hot sauce at long last since 10 has been in the refrigerator for 11 hours. Those first couple without the hot sauce, but man, does that add a flavor and an aroma. This is just fabulous. So that's even better than an overnight, right? 11 hours. We're ready to get this prepped up and fried up. Let's do it. Come on, let's do it. All right, we've got our chicken in the buttermilk. Now we want to make that coating, that crispy chicken coating that we all love. 1 cup flour. And yes, that's my King Arthur bread. As I've said many times, the bread will substitute for the all-purpose, for the most part, just fine. But when you want to make bread, it doesn't seem to go the other way around. I'm going to go about half cornstarch to flour. And then we're just going to season this up a little. Kosher salt. I don't know, maybe I'd use a teaspoon of each, but I'm not measuring. Black pepper. Probably use the same amount, but I'm a freshly ground black pepper fanatic. So sometimes I go overboard. Right, bunch of black pepper in the coating. And smoked paprika. Now I have mentioned black pepper can get bitter when frying whatever, but here's the thing about fried chicken. We're going to fry at a lower temperature. This is not like calamari. This is sweet paprika. This is not the smoked. Okay, that's it. That's our little coating. I don't know, maybe the Colonel had other things in his secret recipe. But this is ours. Semplice. Simple always seems to be better. Flour, cornstarch, kosher salt, black pepper, sweet paprika. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to get a dish here. And we are going to take one by one, we have 2. These pieces of chicken here that have been in this buttermilk for 11, count them, 11 hours. We're going to pick them up, let that buttermilk drain, and then we're going to put them in the flour mix. We'll do 1. Let that drain off. We'll do 2. Okay, the buttermilk is done. That had raw chicken in it. That will get disposed of. And now, notice I'm using the tongs because I don't want to make my hands a mess. And we are going to well coat these chicken. The buttermilk dret where they were all night is acting as the glue. It's going to hold on to that flour. I'm going to get every wet surface of this chicken. Even see that? That's like under the skin. I'm even getting some under there because that's your coating. That's what's going to become crunchy, crispy. It's seasoned, right? Okay, let's get our plate here. And now this is key. This is critical. We've got these well floured now. We wouldn't fry these right now. We want to set these down. And we want to give these at least 10-15 minutes, because what's going to happen is that buttermilk, remember the buttermilk is very acidic. It's got certain properties to itself. It's going to act on this flour. That's how you get that crunchy chicken coating. So we can just let that sit while we set up the fry station on the stove. On over to the stove with me. All right, here we go. Deep fry. Fried chicken. Now, I went to a variation of vessels to do this, and we only have the 2-piece. I was going to use my smallest little cast iron. They look like a tight squeeze. I was going to use the mini wok, tight squeeze. The big cast iron is too much surface area, too shallow to get them submerged in the oil. I decided on the actual rolled steel wok, which I love. I've had for 40 plus years. This is peanut oil, okay? Now, if we were doing real country fried chicken, right, and I have done this, you would use lard. What's lard? It's rendered pig fat, and it's actually one of the more healthy oils. Zero trans, 100% saturated fat, flavor for miles, but we're using peanut oil, and this was a peanut one time 830. This is what I used when the FFPU were here. I fried, I believe, calamari. Yes, we fried calamari in there. I think I said on the episode I was going to use extra virgin, but I used calamari. I used peanut oil. But quick tip! It doesn't smell fishy. It was just the one quick fry. But let's say you have a little bit of fishy odor there. You want to get it out. I'm taking a potato here, peeling it, and I'm just going to drop it in. And the potato will absorb some of those oils. Of course, it's not up to temp. I'm going to let it come up to temp. Another thing that'll work is a piece of bread. And I have stale sourdough here, also from the weekend. I'll put them both. I'll put a little piece of bread just to show you the technique. Quick tip! And they will fry and suck in some of those fish flavors, although there's barely any, really. I'm just showing you a technique that you can use. And we're going to come up to 325. This is not your 360, 370 for calamari, which cooks in 1 minute. This is, you want the chicken to cook well through without the skin cooking too quickly before the meat is ready. 325, and I'm looking at those 2 pieces of chicken. I didn't use the whole jar. I'm going to go a little. This will A, help with the flavor. Oh, what the heck? What am I going to keep? I bought this for the weekend. Let's get the whole jar of peanut oil, heat it up for our chicken. And of course it can be strained and used again. Probably 2 more times. 268. After adding that fresh oil, I probably don't even need the bread and potato, but I'm just showing you that that's a nice little way you can extract some flavor from the oil and get it back towards neutral for your next fry. Got my screen ready. Just before we start, we will turn on the fan extra high. I thought about doing this outside in Caveman Kitchen, But then what I like to do is then you got to start a fire, and I like to start the oil in here and carry it out, and carrying a hot wok full of oil was just not something I wanted to deal with this evening. So here's the chicken. It's sitting now a good few minutes. It really lets that buttermilk work on that flour coating. This is key. The rest period is key, all right? I'm going to clean off the tongs, though, so that they're fresh in the oil. Okay, ooh, 3:31. We're up there. Let's get our chicken in. I am going to remove the bread and the potato. And by the way, I got my nose in there, even though it's hot. There is no aroma at all. That removed whatever was left, and there wasn't much to begin with. I've got a brown bag in the back. You can't really see it. You see a little of it. But let's get the fan on and drop this chicken. 325. We're a little over, but that's okay because the chicken will cause the temperature to drop. This is a different kind of fry. We want that crispy outside, but we want the chicken cooked well through. We'll get this over for the splatter, and I will flip, but I'll see you in about 6 to 8, maybe 10 minutes. Just gonna let that go. Okay, a couple minutes have gone by, like 5 minutes. I've been actually, well, washing dishes, but also flipping. And let's check our temp. Okay, I'm gonna crank it up a little. We're holding at that 3. We want to be right around 325. But we're starting to get some nice color. Look at that. This one's starting to give it up. And look at that crust. That's KFC in the real world. Organic, pasture-raised chicken. Our own little spice blend. Nice King Arthur bread flour. I'm going to let that keep going, and I think I will see you when it's done. 323. We're looking good on temp. You do want to keep it as consistent as possible. Right around 325. Oh, we're getting some color. All right, I'll let them finish, and I'll see you when we're ready to pull them out. Okay, you guys, I am pumped. It's been like 13, maybe almost 15 minutes, and our oil has sort of fluctuated between 325 and 350 the whole time. I'm going to get these out, put them on this paper towel right here. I'm sure that chicken is well cooked inside. And guess what? I realized it was a little out of frame, but I enjoyed that potato so much. I dropped the other 2 little pieces in to finish them up. As always, right out of the fryer, a couple of grains of salt. Let's let that melt on, and now we can get our plate ready for this fried chicken. First up, I just have not been able to get enough of this coleslaw since my cabbages have been going this year. I think I've made this, we did the episode, I think I've made the same New York deli style cabbage like 4 weeks in a row. I've just been eating the heck out of it. With the carrots, 20-25 carrots, they're still going. I got them stored in the fridge. I wish I had only picked some, because you can leave them in the ground. You can leave them in the ground like all winter. I got overzealous and pulled them all, but that's okay. They're still serving me. 20-25 cabbage and carrot coleslaw, New York deli style. Absolutely amazing. And then, it's been a hell of a cucumber year. Let's get some pickles on this plate. I've got the bread and butter. This is like a deli, or not a deli, like one of those old-fashioned Jewish diners that you go in, or Jewish deli. They always had, I used to love the one up on, I can't remember the name of it now. Damn. The one on the corner in Kingston. You'd go in, you'd order a sandwich, and they'd come to your table with the pickles, dill pickles, and coleslaw. These are the garlic dill and the bread and butter. They're phenomenal. Now, let's take our chicken. Looks like it's drained. And these two little potato pieces, I'm just gonna gavone on. Perfect. Alright, I got me a handful of napkins here. Let's see what's going on here. I wanted to let it cool down a little. I'll start with the breast. Well, not the breast, the thigh. Oh, it's still very hot. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Look out. Bread and butter. And of course, the slaw. Oh wow, this is a heck of a dinner right here. Hold on, I need another bite. Perfectly cooked inside, moist. Well done, but moist. Oh, wow. I mean, come on now. Who doesn't love fried chicken? This is a country dinner. The garlic dill, 2025 great cucumber season. And I'll sign off with the drumstick. See you all for the next episode. Come on, let's do it.